Hey there team, and welcome back to Moria here for a Arthedain battle. Well, battle where I'm playing is Arthedain. On the attack. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, yep, nope, 5. It's 5 people. There, 5v3 siege here. This battle has been done on Scout's channel. I'll be posting the link to that in the description, but it was some time ago, so hopefully people will have forgotten something about it. But it was from Cardolan, my ally's point of view. Anyway, actually, sorry, was it? I think so, yes. So I've got some men-at-arms here, nice and buffed out with their max armour upgrades. 2 units of Troll Slayers, one on either side there. Some Arthedain marksmen, no armour upgrades for those guys, and some Evendom archers there. Behind them, armour upgraded pikes, nice line there with some Illuminous Gate Guards to their flank. Dunedain Peacekeepers, I'm a huge fan of the Dunedain Peacekeepers. Whenever I've got a sword on board, or in their case an axe on board, that can actually really mess some people up, that's a massive attraction for me. So I've got 2 of them, and I have given them an armour upgrade. You can't really see it, but it's there. And then Wardens off the north here with my general, of course. Got some dismounted Knights of Illuminous too, though. Might be a struggle to use their armor-piercing arrows in Moria, but we'll see how we go. And I do not have Rangers. No, I don't have any Rangers. I think it can work out really well to use Rangers on the attack in Moria, but it's just, you know, sometimes not. So I prefer just bring my archers as a meat shield. You know, just something to absorb fire, really. Nice little siege tower hiding away over here. Of course, he doesn't really need these because he's not exposed to the initial attack. So this is Son of Celebrimbor, who is my Arnorian ally in Cardolan. So he's got 2 units of Greenwood Garrison footmen, behind them Greenwood Garrison archers. Dunedain captains there without an armor upgrade, which is deeply upsetting. I think I stated that to him during the battle. Some gatekeepers there, and sharpshooters with some Hearthguard of Amansul there too. Anything about? Oh yes, of course. Over here we've got the Menheriath Swarm, so 3 units of men-at-arms. Then the Mercenary Guildsmen. I'm pretty sure we've got at least 1 dwarf on the defense today. Yes, no, we do have 1 dwarf on the defense, so it's good to have that armor-piercing strike. Behind them, though, some Menheriath spears for a bit of pushing, 3 units off them, and that's that. So, as I'm zooming along there, I'll state, please, send a video in to somebody else. You know, even if I'm in that battle, don't worry about it. Like, I really like to see my battles done by other people, so please do send them in. I'll be doing them myself anyway, but it's not a problem. We've got a dwarf of our own in the form of Pharaoh. Oh, sorry, not Pharaoh. This is Czech Norris. I was confusing it with another battle. But he is playing as the dwarves of Khazad. So he's got his Legion Bodyguard. The boy's deployed really fast there. 19,000 frames for a Moria deployment is pretty good, I'd say. Legion Bodyguard, Guards of Khazad. The pikes there, Axe Guard, Shield Guard, Iron Watch of Miramir there, the Reclaimers, 3rd Legion Infantry, and then some Dwarven Miners too. So very heavy in the infantry, as they kind of should be. Of course with the Iron Watch, but that's a solid shout, I'd say. The Iron Watch are just a very good unit to be bringing to these sort of tightly packed scenarios. We do have some evil forces aiding us here in the form of Derek with his Mordor orcs. He's got Mornon archers, some orc fodder, more orc fodder there. A lot of orc maulers with an armor upgrade, so yeah, they're definitely facing off against some dwarves and they need that AP. Blackguard of Barad-dûr for the pushing, and more halberds, so more AP there. Then the Troll Drummers, Uruk Captains, and Temple Executioners. Generals in with the Executioners, so the Uruk Captains can just get hurled on in there, but they're a solid unit. Olokai, Javies, and Javies. Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary, I'd say, just pretty solid. Zooming on over to our last, we have Isengard, played by Jev. So we've got the trolls off the White Hand, then some Dunlending clansmen, some pikes. It's a bit of a hodgepodge, so I'll do the best I can. Some more pikes, archers there, and the champions of the White Hand. Crossbowmen, crossbows, Lurch hunting pack. Yeah, that looks good. So something that is immediately a bit of an issue, I guess it's not really because of the crossbows. I was going to say that the eastern side were really lacking on range power, but when you're attacking Moria, the ability for you to use your ranged weaponry is limited. It's really tough. Let's go up to 0. Let's go up to 1 times speed because they don't sally out. Actually, wait, maybe they do. Let's go to 0.5 just to be safe. We have our first defender, which is Triple Historian. So he's got Angmar today. So he's got his Gundabad Guard out there, backed up by the Gardens of Carndum. Then Isengard playing as Gondor. That's going to be really tough because Isengard's on the field. I'm probably going to call Isengard Gondor for this battle whenever I refer to him and what he's up to. He's got some more Gundabad Guard there, and as I say, the Fountain Guard. Nothing placed here, which is quite out of the ordinary, but prepared to lurch on in. We've got some armor upgraded Witch Realm Pikes, very solid guys, and the Blackwatch Legion, more Guardians of Carndum. Guards of Osgiliath there. Pelargir Marines. Sorry, yeah, there are no dwarves on the defense, actually. I thought there was an Erebor, but I was confusing that with Gondor. But Gondor still, I often say that they're very dwarven in their mannerisms. Just dwarves with a lot of bows is a decent way to think of it. So getting some armor piercing to deal with them is a solid shout. Pelargir Marines, and to be honest, armor piercing for Angmar too is a good idea. Kindred of Celeborn from the Emperor of Mankind there. So he's got Lothlorien. And Pelargir Marines again. Citadel Guard, Guards of Osgiliath. We've got some Trolls of Angmar prepared and ready to go. Hammer Guard, and also some Inquisitors. And the Witches of Angmar there. The Fountain Guard again. Ithilien Rangers. I would bring all the Rangers I possibly could. I think it's probably a good idea to double up on Rangers when you're coming to a defense of Moria. There were some troops up here, but they're coming down. Veterans of Osgiliath and Marksmen of Caer Andros moving on down here, which leaves this area empty. We saw the Barrow-wights now. Looks like the Barrow-wights are all heading to the eastern side. I really do talk a lot about how effective I think the Barrow-wights are at just being sponges for range damage. So on Moria, I'd like to sort of see 1 unit of Barrow-wights on the west side and 1 unit of Barrow-wights on the east side, but it's fair enough to have them together. Raven Helms and Gondorian infantry, nice and beefed up. It's going to be very sad but interesting to see the Gondorian infantry going toe-to-toe with the Arthedain men-at-arms. Then Nimlothian Honor Guard and the Guards of Osgiliath. Now, the Trebuchet was originally placed over here, but we'll see in a moment. I actually sort of mentioned, like, oh dear, you don't want to move that away, guys? And they luckily did do it, because I would have been, there's a lot of firepower over here on us. Caern Amroth Rangers, Watchers of the Golden Wood, Kindred of Celeborn, Lornan Archers, March Wardens there, more March Wardens, and then of course the Lornan Blob. I think I'm going to sneeze. I did. I'm going to cut out that sneeze because I'm a nice guy. But yeah, so a lot of Lothlorien infantrymen there. So as you can see, generally, it is the Emperor of Mankind with his Lothlorien forces alone on the west, backed up by a handful of Gondorians. Whereas the Angmarim and Gondorians are focusing together most of their forces in the east. I think that's generally a good idea because there are only 2 of us in the west. So if you send even forces to both sides, it's just never going to play out properly. You need to be splitting up, and you need to be weighting your defenses on one side primarily. But we're busting in this gateway. How are they doing on the other side? I always sort of send it straight on in right away, but they've got a little bit of a different situation here because Angmar is so close to the gate. It's a bit risky, but it really does look like he is wanting to hold this frontal area tooth and nail, which of course exposes them to anything that they want to shoot through that. But as we stated before, over here they don't have that much in the way of shooting. They do have the jabs, which I'd be very keen to pour jabs into this area, because you're not going to be pushing through it too easily. 2 very beefed up lines of Gundabad Guard, and it does look quite small there, but it's thick. And then the Angmar Halberds and Guardians of Carndum just ready to come on in if they have to. Holding back here, only 1 unit of Fountain Guard, but there are some more defenses ready to come forward if they are needed. Witch Realm Inquisitors, I like the Inquisitors in this fight. I think that, especially in this area, I think you can get quite a lot of damage done with a good little unit of cav. So I'm pretty into it. So I get my Wardens of the North here. Now this is definitely something that a lot of people wouldn't like the idea of, But I'm actually unloading my Wardens of the Northfire into Lorinand Axemen. Shooting them from the front, I know their shields are coming into play, but I felt that it was a worthy shot, you know? I'm not going to pour all of my ammunition. I think I only really gave them sort of 2 or 3 volleys, but still, I was okay with that. I wasn't wanting to do too much, but if I could just weaken them down to, well, I just do 59 men, it just gives my men-at-arms a better shot, well, a better fight when they do get in there. Better chance of taking them out. But Cardolan is still coming on in, and I don't want to do anything silly until my ally arrives. So I might as well just enter in and try to see if I can shoot at them, really. So I think I'm just getting my men-at-arms, lined up. So March Wardens are opening up on me. They're going into my Evandom Archers. Yeah, like, Evandom Archers, they're there to take a beating, and if they want to go into my Lothlorien, my Arthedain men-at-arms, then they're more than welcome to do that. He counters me with an attack here, which I think is a good idea, because I would just be standing here staring him down either way, so I was quite chuffed with the fact that I was actually winning that engagement. Now, I do have that armor up, well, I've got max level of armor upgrade on my men-at-arms, and I think I may even have a melee upgrade on them. But I might not. That seems a bit excessive, but it does sound like something I do to my men-at-arms, in all honesty. And but I think it is just the massive numbers advantage. I outnumber him 2 to 1, and I'm not plebs here. I'm not orcs. A 2 to 1 advantage for men-at-arms, Arthedain men-at-arms. There is something that is definitely worthwhile. That's quite nice. Yeah, I do need to remember to take a picture. So I think yeah, it looks pretty good. We'll be on the hunt later though. Anyway, poison arrows coming over the top does look nice. But coming in with the Lorinand warriors there, that's going to change things. That's a lot of AP to come crashing through me. And it's, once again, it's the numbers. So he now outnumbers me. Not drastically, but a bit. But I'm not really intending to do too much here. All I'm doing is chewing into him and wanting him to fire his March Wardens into my archers. Which he is luckily doing for me. And my poor Evandom Archers, they can take a bit of a beating because they do have some semblance of an armor advantage, and they do have that little shield. Now, we do need to zoom over to the other side of the battlefield because it's getting pretty spicy over there. What are they actually... Yeah, so Ironwatch and Miramir from Czech Norris trying to do something a bit cheeky here and get really close to slamming into this area. And they are actually firing, aren't they? They might have actually done some good work. It sounds like it. I've got my sound turned quite low, but it did actually sound like that was a crashing shot of the Ironwatch for a minute. Oh well. Either way, you wouldn't be able to hear that over the music in the background, I'm sure, but I think it did come in. So, not Czech Norris, sorry. Truffle Historian is sort of sallying out and sort of really fighting him in this gateway, which is allowing the attackers to get their crossbows, get their jabs poured into this blob. Now, what we at? Percentage-wise, it's dead even. Which, Moria is a bit strange. Moria is, unlike most generic sort of defences, you usually spend this early stage quite neck and neck, and then it's when the attackers really come in for the overwhelming smash, that's when you start to pull ahead, because you can pour so much ammunition on them. But, yeah, they're going to just make sure that they don't get behind, and don't let this go on for too long. Because all they are chewing through here is orc fodder, and now that they're actually pushing outside, that's when us attackers are going to get very happy. But yeah, Derek's orc fodder are just getting minced, just getting pushed aside by the Gundabad guard. Just sort of broken down by these much more powerful orcs, and stabbed down while they're on the ground. But yeah, we do have some troops ready to take their place, especially the First Legion Pikes. If the First Legion Pikes get set up properly, that's going nowhere. That is definitely going to get pushed back quite efficiently. Still taking arrow fire here. We've got some bandits now joining me, and I've had to send in a fresh unit of men-at-arms. As you see, yeah, there is. There's the 34-man unit. So they've not routed off yet. They're still fighting. But I was pretty chuffed with how they've done on the front lines, as I say. Bandits pulling back now. They came over here to try and unload a quick volley of jabs. And, oh no, they're coming back. Very little armor, a tiny shield value, but as I say, if he wants to put arrows into those bandits, we're happy enough with that. As long as the bandits don't end up routing before they use their javelins, it's okay for us. So I've shifted over at the side, and just to give him a bit of space. But overall, certainly not too bad about the amount of ammunition we've made them spend, and as I say, things are going okay on the front line. We need to take it a bit slower. You know, that's sort of the thing with the Western Kingdoms of men. I find when you're on the attack, you need to just be careful, be cautious, because you don't have those same numbers that the orcs do. And now, yeah, so as you can see, once Truffle Historian has actually come outside to engage them, that's when it's turned very badly. Well, turned very bad for him. The First Legion Pikes are in there. We've got some Dunlanding Veterans who are actually quite a solid unit. Minas Morgul Chosen, well, solid in comparison to Orc Fodder, guys, that's what I mean. But yeah, Orc Maulers there too. It's starting to get pretty nasty, and it looks like he is trying to pull his boys out, but a lot of people have died for that. So they're actually down to 9-11 now, so it is going to be a bit unpleasant for them to try and claw that back up. Looks like, oh, that's a good arc from Jev there. Always great when you can just get these tiny little, like, pops with your crossbows, and they just perfectly arc down like that close range, because it's not too easy to pull off. But yeah, so they will be getting minced. But still, it's just the orcs taking this beating right now. And it is going to leave the Gondorians and, of course, the elves untouched by those crossbows. And the Treb is still just ready and waiting for action. Treb, of course, you're able to pull off some much more accurate shots than you can with a catapult. So I've been firing back, taking out his March Wardens, or trying to take out his March Wardens. Really just because I want to make him shoot at me, that's all. I'm not really too bothered about how many of them I'm killing. So he's coming in with now his fodder archers, some Killer Brimborn, and he's really just, yeah, doing what I was doing, and so that we can see if we can try to mince through a bit more of his ammo. I've come around here to fire into the front of these Woodland Protectors. Not really going to be able to do too much to them, but hey, it is what it is. Gondorian infantry have come on forward now. Nice and beefy, definitely sort of more efficient on the front line than we are, but cost effective, I could say. But we are going to be hurting them for sure. This is where it would be lovely to have one of those little macemen up forward, the mercenary guildsmen. Ah, no, look, yeah, so we were in good communication. I was really chuffed with how much, you know, Sun and I were talking about all this. And we did think the time was right for some Arthedain pikes. So I've got them out of their pike formation, running as fast as they can to get up there. But it really is still a bit of a bloodbath. So I need to stretch them out. I can't just have them run straight on in, but that is really allowing a few more seconds. We're down to 106. If I get in with 90, I'm happy. 99, yeah, oh god, yeah, and he actually opens up with a Kindred, just to tear me apart there even further. Now this is something that you can't actually do with a lot of pikes, you know, especially the Greenway Garrison pikemen. If we tried to send them on in, they would be absolutely shredded, but because my guys do have that that nice, you know, breastplate there, it can do something for them. And now a bit of phalanx fighting there, good long range pike damage coming in, should really provide us with what we need from that. The Javs from the Woodland Realm Patrol have come on forward. Now they would be able to get into my pikes, I think. Well, maybe not. Bit tricky for them. Mercenary Guildsmen coming in to help us out too. Good AP for those Gondorians. And yeah, but still so much fire from Lothlorien coming at us. Have they pulled back properly now? Does look like it. The Barrow-wights are standing their ground against this, but you see, yeah, Barrow-wights can be quite efficiently killed if there's nothing else really assisting them. You can see them just getting thrown around very easily by the Blackguard. Very low mass on those Barrow-wights, of course 6 mass on the Blackguard of Barad-dûr, so it is, they're not going to hold them back for long. And then it's good we're seeing the AP from the Orc Maulers, actually something that can hurt them for sure. To stop that, we've got all this Treb fire coming on in, actually breaking the Minas Morgul Chosen, breaking the Blackguard too. Barrow-wights, of course, being fear-causing, and breaking the Dunlanding Veterans as well. And the Dunlanding Veterans are unfortunately running on in. Fire arrows too from the marksmen. A lot of morale damaging stuff here, and that's actually, yeah, that is horrific, because clansmen there broken, a whole unit of 100 Blackguard of Barad-dûr broken. And now they're all just running straight on in. All of these units are just getting wiped out. And, yeah, because we had like 3 sources of fear there. We had the Barrow-wights, we had fire arrows, and we had the trebuchet damage. So all of those things hitting in fast succession was enough. And, yeah. Okay, things went from pretty bad on this side to not too bad at all, really, because that was some decent quality troops that we just lost. And they didn't really suffer too much for it. Coming back on it, sorry, what's this? Some Angmar halberds coming on in, having a run away to the centre, looks like. Now, because of that, it kind of does mean that the pressure is on us a little bit. We are actually doing all right here. We're getting some efficient engagements, and we're wearing down their ammo, but it's slow. And our allies on the other side don't have the luxury of coming in slow. They're orcs. Well, they're orcs and they're dwarves. Dwarves do have that ability, but orcs definitely don't. Orcs want to be more explosive in their attacks. They want to be more, well, just outright aggressive. So they can't just whittle the enemy down in the same way we're doing with our pikes and our men-at-arms and our guildsmen there. So it's, we do need to go a little bit faster, really. And that is going to mean that we're going to have to expose some of our nicer units to this arrow fire. Still, setting up a unit of men-at-arms. If they want to shoot at me, go for it. You know, I've got a shield, I've got armor. Yeah, you can send whatever you really want in my men-at-arms. I'll be content with that. That's their job. Sending back in my Evandom archers, 2 small unit there, so they're having a bit of trouble using up all their ammo, but they'll get through it. Hopefully. Now that was... Okay, no, they have... the defenders have managed to fully reform this line. It looks like the only units that are stubborn enough to hold out to all of this morale damage are Czech Norse's dwarves. The 3rd Legion standing there. Stag of skirmishers shaken, and they might end up breaking. And if they break, they might not come back. Yeah, Barrow White's just really close by. Sorry, it's all the black units, so it's really tough to tell who's who, unfortunately. But we do see these Moria halberds from Derek coming on in. Goodness me, that looks very cool on the minimap. Just this circle of Barrow Whites with the dwarves piercing on inside and just spreading out. Angmar halberds, not really enough of them, and Gundabad Guard, not really enough, as I say, to form a front line. But it'd be good to have them in amongst the Barrow Whites and just sort of fighting amongst that. Very unusual defense, to say the least. You know, as I say, it's good to get these sorts of fights. You know, I find the thing that people do get frustrated about with Moria a lot is because we know how to defend it. We know the best way to defend it. So people don't really try to do anything a bit fancy, and it's cool to see that. And I think this whole sort of fear-causing strategy is working out. Now, we are seeing a lot of firepower coming from those marksmen, and that's going to disable their ability to do that if they get all of their ammo used up. But up against Moria halberds, is it a bad idea? I don't think so. You know, you want to be bringing those guys down with your archers. Coming back on over. We are, still just stabbing in. Now this is where I kind of had a realization that I was a bit disappointed with, and I was very grateful for Sun here. So Sun has those 3 units of Minheriath Minheriath spears, and I have no spears. I have no pushing units, full stop. And so when it comes time for us to actually try and make a shield wall push, it's entirely on him. Which I'm putting, you know, I've got, like, that's a lot of weight for your ally to go through. You know, of course I'll follow him through, but he's the one that's pushing. And you're seeing it here, sending in my last unit of pikes. Of course the Kindred open up on them straight away, and you're seeing the amount of damage that dealt. But they did okay. They take another volley there, and we try and get the men-at-arms alongside the pikes. Just get them stuck in at the same time. Maybe it was unnecessary to... Yeah, maybe I should have just sent in the men-at-arms and seen how that went down and then gotten the pikes in later. Might have been a bit too early for the pikemen. As you can see, they've not even gotten in the fight and they're already down to 70. Or 76, but I suspect after that volley it'll be 70. Yep, 69. By the time they actually reached combat. Yeah, a few garrison archers. Men-at-arms now coming forward. It's a good thing that we don't have those fear-causing units over by our side. Because those poor Minheriath boys might end up getting a bit scared. Of course, my powerful and proud Arthedain men are a bit more stubborn than that. Trebuchet team holding fire. Marksman Kirandros. Oh, I was about to mention it. Of course, when they use up their ammunition, they pull out those big 2-handed swords, so they're able to jump on in to the front line wherever they're really needed. Barrowwhite's still standing here. Even with, yeah, that's kind of surprising me, with the halberds and the maulers that we've had fighting them for a long time now, they're still doing okay. You know, oh, the Uruk Captain's beautiful, because the Uruk Captains, of course, with their AP blades, just slicing into these guys. really going to be quite an efficient unit to take them on. I like that their captains are so spread out. You're seeing there's one unit, one individual man here, but there's some over there, so they really are quite stretched. Well, the Iron Watch coming on now too. He's of course not going to use it in this blob, but oh jeepers, if he could reach all the way over here into the middle of that, that'd be very nice. But maybe he wants a thicker blob than that. So they do have some more reinforcements set up over here. Guards of Osgiliath and the Citadel Guard prepped and ready to go. Even the veterans of Osgiliath with their armour upgrades. I like that Gondor has gone pretty heavy into his archers, because Angmar just doesn't. You know, it's absolutely worthless for Angmar to... Oh, great! So I was talking about this shield wall push, and it's coming in, and it's doing pretty well, but they do have the reinforcements ready to go. We're seeing them coming in from... oh, yeah, no. These woodland protectors could come in and plug a gap if they had to, temporarily. They are decent enough units in melee. We're seeing a few green units, a few of mine, that are that I've just had to slam on through there. Of course, lacking that shield wall ability, I really do struggle to push people back, but I can still run into them. I can still sort of benefit from it. Dunedain Peacekeepers, I've come forward with a lot of my units now to just really flood on in and apply some pressure here. Make sure that they cannot actually pull anything away from us, Lord forbid, because our allies over on the other side could not, you know, we don't want any more punishment on their side. But because we've gained this space, I can now start to get my Troll Slayers in there. I can do a bit of damage on any elf, really. I'll be happy to kill. But I see he gets his Woodland Protectors over there, and he can start targeting my Dunedain Troll Slayers. I'm actually targeting his javelins with mine. Maybe that's not the best idea. A few of these guys broken, but they're just stalled here. I don't think I like that. The good thing about it is, of course, they might end up just taking a rogue arrow for somebody, but the bad thing is we've got a permanently routing unit behind our men, which is just going to cause permanent morale damage to us as we try to push on forward. These guys have run out of ammunition now, so they can come on forward. I've got a backstabbing... oh no, he just got brought down by a sword master. That's a shame. I was quite chuffed with him. But yeah, so we did gain some ground, but the problem is that's pretty much it for the spears. Do we have any more spearmen remaining? Greenwood Garrison footmen, men-at-arms, captains. Looking for a spearman there, my friend. There is, yep. Good, good. That was only one unit of spears, actually. Good, nice. Okay, so we do still have 2 units of Minheriath spears to try and break through when we can. But we do need to be careful with them. Now, because of the very sort of over-aggressive defense there, it does mean that they couldn't, you know, set anything up here. They didn't have anything prepped and ready to go. So they are stuck to defending the bridge of Khazad, and also now they have to defend 2 entrances because they can enter up that ramp. God, these poor pikemen and Gardens of Khazad, sorry, Gardens of Cardolan are just getting shredded by Snaga and crossbowmen there. But shooting these guys on the right side is fantastic because their shields aren't coming into play. And the Orc Maulers wouldn't have to worry about that either way, but they're all just getting blasted now. This is really where you'd love to get another unit of archers, but to be honest, it's all clansmen and even Orc Maulers. Yeah, fire arrows, great stuff. Orc captains are going to keep these guys in line. Hard to say. Still, the boys want to get their ammunition used up, and fair play to them. You know, they've pushed pretty hard, so they need to just hold fire for a bit. Well, hold position for a bit, definitely not hold fire. Greenway Garrison footmen coming on forward now. Since we've used up a fair bit of their ammo, they've only really got a lot of their exceptional ranged units left. So if they do want to use some of their really good archers on us, then that's the way it's got to be. But yeah, Garrison footmen are coming on to support us. I've got my elites of my Dismounted Knights of Innuminous here, just providing this strong corner defense, and but the Karis Galadron Guardians managed to get on in there. I tried my best to get a javelin or 2 into their face, but it just didn't work out. Still, pike on pike. Of course, their pike's an awful lot better than mine, but backed up by so many men-at-arms, it should hopefully do the job. They're getting some jabs though. Yeah, Woodland Protectors coming on at us. Still so much fire. Jeepers sake. Lothlorien and Moria is just brutality as they continue to pour shots on us from the Kindred and just tear into our men there. The next unit of spears though, already in spear wall. well, shield wall, sorry, ready to breach on forward. Pretty flimsy on that position, so it looks like that's where they're trying to come through, just break through that area. But there are still some Lornan spears, some woodland protectors ready to go, and sort of move into support if we do end up making a breach. And even then, a lot of these Lothlorien archers would be more than happy to jump into a fight if they had to. Troll Slayers, I'm so scared of my Troll Slayers because how quickly they could end up dying to arrow fire, because they're just so lightly armoured. And so important in melee after that. Like, usually with a javelin unit, I'd be okay with losing a few of them to arrow fire, but I do not want to see that happen with these guys. Witchers are opening up, yeah, so it's good to break them, but that's it. Just hold fire now. There was, oh, jeepers, that's the Iron Watch opening up. And it's coming in pretty effectively, in all honesty. It's doing okay. It's doing definitely okay. And Jav's coming in there too. What are the... Oh, these are the Olokai, of course. I thought these were arch rolls, but no, they're mixing it up with the Citadel Guard. Citadel Guard, to be honest, pretty good counter for the Olokai. Olokai do have a pretty decent armor value, so that armor-piercing stab from the Citadel Guard will break through them quite efficiently. But still, the Citadel Guard are there and just getting blasted by the Iron Watch. Marksman Nicair Andros too, quite a skilled defensive unit with their melee. Nazgul actually piercing on up through here. Trying to be held back by, well, the Guardians of Cardolan are trying to hold them back, but don't know how long that will last. What are they pushing up through with this ramp? It looks like the dwarves are really shouldering the burden of this mostly. Snag of skirmishers there. Oh, goodness me, if those snag of skirmishers get a back shot into Gondor's line, which they definitely will get at least one volley. Probably two, I'd say. These are good high-value men that are just dropping there. And axes even coming into the backs of these guys. That's a shame. So yeah, but I can see why he does want to fall back. There really isn't too much ready to go, though. Only one unit of veterans of Osgiliath, and then yeah, these routing forces. Maybe it would have been a better idea to just try and hold and then get the veterans of Osgiliath down here. But oh no, sorry, there is a unit of Fountain Guard prepped to support them when they need to. Still the trolls, of course. Athelian Rangers mixed up there. Okay, what do we have? Yep, the Spears of Son of Celebrimbor. Just another sort of breach into that line, but the Emperor of Mankind has just managed to hold us. You know, every little sort of breach we make, it's not been explosive enough. It's been like a push, and we've manipulated the front line. We've bent the front line, but we've not managed to break it. Got a few units slipped through here and there, mind you, but never a proper full breach. Hearthguard of Amon Sul just waiting there and supporting everybody. I've got my Wardens in the north here. Now I want to get my Wardens in to try and like shoot into his Watchers of the Golden Wood. I'm being counter-fired upon, and now I'm receiving jabs from the Woodland Protectors too. I had them sort of creeping in little by little, but he kept pulling his Watchers back because I think he can sort of just outrange me. Or he can still keep shooting into my front line. Yeah, Kindred. What are the Kindred going in for? Looks like the Greenwood Garrison footmen are pulling out. They came on in to have a go, but they're getting chased on out now. Wardens able to rain some hell into those Watchers. So this is, of course, the perfect target for me. You know, another unshielded elite unit that I can go for. So I was very happy to start raining hell into them because they're very useful on the front line when they're done with their arrows. So I'm liking that. I could go for the Rangers, but I'd just be lowering their DPS. I'm not actually stopping them from doing anything. This is the last unit of Spears coming forward now. So if we're going to break through the line, it's with this. But to be honest, we're losing momentum here. What do we still have outside? I've got a unit of Troll Slayers, just can't really find a good opportunity for them. We've got some pikes, we've got the Innuminous Gate Guard, got some men-at-arms falling, well, like, they routed, and I just had them sitting there warming up again. A lot of sharpshooters that we've just not been able to get a chance to fire, but even then, the sharpshooters, I love them in melee, they're very, very good. So a very weakened defensive line could be just what we need for them. We are out killing them, which is always a good thing for an attacker. But most of the losses they've taken have been the Angmar rather than the elves. The elves are still... The elves have used up so much ammunition, but the elves have not actually used up all, like, too many lives. Dwarven miners standing by there too. Trebuchet opening up with rotting meat, which is good. Yeah, this is the type of thing that I quite like, when you've got no chance of affecting your own men. Yeah, definitely do that. And hey, you might even hit somebody and get a kill. You can kill somebody with a direct shot with your rotting meat. Jeb's pikes now coming forward unopposed with arrow fire, or crossbow fire of any sort. Not that any of the defending factions have crossbows. How's this push going? Oh, we've received some javelins. Helgar Marines opening up and chasing down some of these guys. Reclaimers, good target for the jabs. You know, they're important in melee after they use up. But oh, cheaper's sake, that was a very bloody hit. Okay. Okay, no, this front line is holding up better than I expected it to. The Citadel Guard are doing quite nicely. Axgard there too. Veterans of Osgiliath, maybe it's time to just get them stuck on in. Yeah, the Citadel Guard needs support. Pilgrim Marines almost out. They can be useful. Usually on defense, I would expect him to have a melee upgrade for those Pilgrim Marines. He might not, but usually you do have the money for that sort of stuff. Oh goodness me! More Kindred Fire coming on into my to my Watchers. Sorry, not Watchers, Wardens, and my Arthedain Men at Arms. Got another pike unit, the Garrison Footmen, coming in for round 2 to see if they can try and reach the front line this time. Still, Kindred just tearing through us. More Swordmasters. There's still, we're seeing 1 or 2 of the helmets of the Guardians. Still 20 Guardians left. Not too many, but it's something. A few of my Peacekeepers breaking on through there to the left. Swordmasters, though, definitely beyond them. As much as I love the Dunedain Peacekeepers, yeah, the Lordan Swordmasters just a bit too much for them. How much ammo do you still have? Lordan Archers still with their bows out. Kindred still with their bows out. Rangers still, and the Watchers still with theirs too. So it's just, man oh man. Like, until they've used up their ammo, well, as soon as they've used up their ammo, that's us. We can pour on in, and we will overwhelm them. But until that happens, it's a dicey situation. Still, yeah, nothing they can really do with their Inquisitors right now. I would really be sort of having the Inquisitors hang around over on the other side. I just think that's where they're much more useful. Hammer Guard coming on in to counter the attack here. Temple Executioners, okay, but Temple Executioners don't just rely on the armor for their defense. They do have that Swordmaster skill. The Nazgul are in there too. Nazgul, yeah, Hammer Guard could sorry, Hammer Guard could be cracking into the Nazgul sort of spiritual armor there. Sort of, not really spiritual, I should say like phantom armor, sort of spectre armor type thing. Nice big rotten cow there, just hanging out with the Uruk-hai. I could see them being pretty unfazed by that, you know, but it's it wells you down. Yeah, archers too, Uruk-hai archers. So yeah, no, they do have a good bit of ranged power over here to just slam into the enemy. Slam into the defenders even. Guards of Khazad now, and the First Legion pikes. How much more do you have hanging over here? Not a lot. Yeah, not too much. Okay, so it's mainly looks like Jev for the most part. Champions of the White Hand. I don't know. I don't know about taking them on the attack really. Maybe he was just wanting to, in case the enemy sallied out with some cav, he could rush on over, but. You can get some good cycle charges, to be honest. It's fair enough, but I could see some other units that I would have maybe chosen instead. Berserkers, there's some good fighting forces. Apart from that, yeah, it's pretty low on this side. 69 for 68, so we are behind again. Oh wait, sorry, I saw a cav unit moving. Oh no, the Inquisitors. The Inquisitors sort of came in for an attack, but no, it's just not. There's no use for them here right now. You know, they need to be on flat ground. Over here, more blue shots just raining at us as the sharpshooters move on in. To be honest though, sharpshooters with that shield on their back and that heavy armor, nice Cardolan armor on them, they can withstand this, and we need them for their crossbows. We need something to take this fire, so it's fair enough that it's them. But there are very few, like, that's a thin line now. And the Minheriath spears are getting closer and closer and closer, just breaking through, as you can see, with the pikes pressing in behind them. Only one unit of spears. Yeah, only one unit of spears now standing to fill in those gaps. A Kindred have jumped in there on that side. Anlorn and archers now too. So they're running out. They are running low. Rangers still, Watchers still. I've been shooting some of them down. They're down to 43, so I have been hitting them with my Wardens. And the Kindred still with their... They've got 2 units of Kindred, of course they do. But, but yeah, Hearthguard there, trying to find a target. It's good for them to use up their ammunition. It's not armor-piercing arrows, you know. They really are there for their morale support. That sort of massive, huge range to their morale buff. You know, they are troll drummers. Their troll drummers can sort of fight a bit better than troll drummers can, in all honesty. And with a bow too. But their bows really aren't going to do too much damage. They're just there to pick away at the enemy. I don't think I've got... Yeah, I've got some Arthedain marksmen who, although it says they're reloading, I think they're done. Troll Slayer's there. We've got the Gatekeeper standing outside, and I do have my Illuminous Gate Guard. I think I was just waiting for him to finish up his Watchers before I put them on in. Apart from that, I think I've got just about everything on the front line. Maybe my Wardens are still pulled back somewhere, hiding. Yeah, my Wardens in the north are there, but they're out of ammo. So I'm really just wanting to send him on. You can see my general's already bloodied. So when I do put my Wardens in the north in there, he's going to die pretty quick. All these men broken, routing from the field, just providing that sort of negative morale strike to us. Watches the Golden Wood, almost out of ammo. It looks like 1 or 2 of them still have an arrow left, but pretty much entirely done. Athelian Rangers here, they're out. A few guards of Osgiliath trying to hold here, but on these slanted ground, well, on this slanted ground, it's not going to go too well. Witchrealm Blackguard, though, they'll be able to hold this back. Really need some elite units to go toe-to-toe with the Witchrealm Blackguard, and I don't see any of that. What's this? Still some Nazgul, still some Temple Executioners. Okay, yeah, that could be enough. Ironwatch and Mirrormere, only 11 of them left, so when they do run out of their ammo, they can come in there and they can do something. They're a dwarf, you know, they're a 2 hit point dwarf, so they can hurt people. But the fact that they've lost so many off their number, I suspect a few of their hit points have been used up already. First Legion Pike starting to break on through now. Looks like Isengard is trying to do a retreat. Ah, so this is actually not too bad a place for those Inquisitors too, in all honesty. If they could engage that First Legion Pike unit and just sort of slam the Inquisitors around, this could be a good idea. I could see this working. Still, that's a Fountain Guard unit. The issue with the First Legion Pike is it's an armor-piercing pike, whereas the Fountain Guard are halberdiers. Amazing halberdiers, but still, it's that ranged advantage that I think is going to, you know, spook the it's going to spook the Fountain Guard. And it looks like Chick Norris is doing the right thing here. He does see that, yeah, he could just blindly push on forward here, and with the power of the guards of Khazad and the First Legion Pikes, he'd probably mess some people up here, but it wouldn't be worth it. Oh, sneaky, good stuff. Yeah, okay, good catch, good move there from Truffle Historian, just dropping down a few of the Reclaimers, maybe even a guard of Khazad. Yeah, it looks like yeah they took out 2 guards of Khazad and a few Reclaimers, and they got out without taking much damage. So yeah, nice catch. Every little helps when it comes to those elite units. Firing in though, oh, this is just Uruk-hai Archer fire, isn't it? Yeah, oh, that's going to be bouncing off the Citadel Guard, really, and the Blackguard. It's not going to be enough damage for them. How are we doing? Oh, is it almost? Rangers opening up. Oh yeah, he was saving his Rangers just for me to send in my Numinous Gate Guard, and I've just been getting ravaged by that. Which I tried to stretch them out, as you can see now, but I took some nasty hits. So yeah, quick stretch out and then attacking again. Goodness me, let's zoom on in. It might be a little bit easier to see what's going on. Yeah, so they've sort of got this curl around our side with those spearmen. Not a good break there from those men-at-arms, but we're still holding the line with my Troll Slayers, not many of them, up against the Kindred of Celeborn. Not a unit that the Troll Slayers want to go up against. And there's another, large unit of the Kindred there. I was about to say full unit, not quite. Illuminous Gateguard are now alone on that front line, and we need support. Wardens the North, 19 Wardens the North coming on in. A full unit of Troll Slayers. But yeah, we need to, well, yeah, just get stuck in. But at the same time, we have to use these crossbows. If we get all those crossbows just jumped into the front line, they're not going to do it. They're not going to win. So I'm just throwing everything I've got now. Even though I've got my jabs from the Dunedain Troll Slayers, I just cannot find a good point for them. So I'm just relying on them to, you know, slice through the this flank here, get around, and then pour their jabs into whatever they can after that. Rangers are now still not out of ammo. They're still waiting for another target before they finish their quivers. Oh, Citadel Guard running off. The Legion Bodyguard piercing on around now. And yeah, they're overwhelming this front. There's a few scraps remaining. The Blackguard, well, there's still 20 Blackguard, and the General of Angmar is there. But they're going to go down. What else is up here? Inquisitors looking to maybe charge down at something. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, if they can, if they want to try and pull that off, I think it'll go quite well. Ooh, nah, a few of them got hurt by it, but not enough. I know the Legion Bodyguard are there. You know, massive axes from the Reclaimers. Yeah, these Inquisitors are going to go down quick. And this just isn't a big enough space. How did it go on this line? I think that, yeah, the attack here was just surrendered. Oh no, it's not been surrendered, it's just holding. It's just waiting until... And it means that Gondor has to keep all of these forces here. So I like that. No, good move. Good move from Isengard. Yeah, not too much. Everything else is just sort of standing their ground, ready to attack there. Rangers are now advancing forward. Oh, sorry, this isn't me, though. This is just, yeah, crossbows pouring shots into them. The Kindred have actually pushed on through our lines now. There no longer is a front line. It is just a mess fighting around this area. Getting around with my 77 Troll Slayers, ready to pour some jabs into something. Men-at-Arms breaking there, but falling back further into the fort. And hopefully returning on us. Bandits there broken. Oh, this is why I never use Cardolan on sieges. I love them. I love Cardolan, my favourite faction for sure on field battles, but I just never use them on sieges just because it's so just frightening having your units break like that. But Illuminous Gateguard doing their best up against the Watchers. Oi oi oi! I've got something still. I think I might still even have a dismount knight of Illuminous. They are very resilient guys. No, I think they might have all died a while ago. Troll Slayers here getting around though, and that's a lot of damage. It's tough to really see them on amongst all of the corpses. But yeah, we're at 79 for 82, so we are ahead. But a lot of our power is in these crossbows, and if these crossbows don't get their ammunition used up, I've got 39 Arthedain men-at-arms. Sorry, Arthedain marksmen there. Maybe I should just throw them on in now. I don't really know what I'm waiting for. But yeah, we're getting around, and we should have that position wiped out entirely. Good, these guys came back. There's nothing more remaining. Yep, after that, it's a clear run for the centre. They've got some Rangers there. Rangers, they'll do something. Lothlorien Honor Guard, the Raven Helms, and a nice, well, two nice chunky units of Pikemen. So they are far from being done. But, 16 Inquisitors still there. Looks like, oh, very quick little attack. Good stuff, okay. Caught by the Fountain Guard. Once the Fountain... Oh, damn, if the Fountain Guard were able to sort of organise better here... Oh, but they're getting stabbed in the back. They need some... Yeah. Oh. Okay, no, this was a good attack from Sheik Norris, actually. Yeah, he engaged all the way across this, really trapped these guys, along with this one unit from Jev. So that was a good move from him, too. And... oh, damn, no. The Fountain Guard have managed to sort themselves out. I didn't think they were going to be able to be honest. Oh, yeah, because I saw this better in Scout's video. So, Jev came in, he kind of like formed himself up there. The Fountain Guard turned to attack him, and then the guards of Khazad came flying on in to strike. Oh, dearie me. It's going back and forth, and it will for a while. Oh! No, that was a crossbow. I was like, I've not... Was that a jab? But no, it was definitely a crossbow bolt that struck him down. As he sort of tried to...
he's trying to sort of pull himself back to the centre there. I've got my marksman. My marksman did come running on in to sort of catch some guys. But as much as I want to just push on toward the centre, we've got this bloody Watcher of the Golden Wood force that's just pierced on through. And I think... Does he have my general somewhere? No, he doesn't. But yeah, so I get my javelins to start pouring into his back. And, you know, we want to do this efficiently. You know, we've done pretty well up till this point. But we've taken so much damage from range, so, you know, we bloomin' deserve to use our ammunition. Just a few warriors there. Lothlorien warriors are pretty good, but outnumbered, you know, 35 to 1. It's pretty rough. He should maybe get another kill, though. I don't know if, no, my guys don't really have an armor upgrade. They definitely don't have a melee upgrade. Oh, goodness me. Good man. Just stun locking him there by himself. The boys are not really interfering in that fight. Okay, no, yeah, they are now. I'm just, oh, damn, I'm invested now. Good man. Good stuff. Anyway, Minhireth Men at Arms pushing on forward. As I say, nothing else really here. So they are going to have to turn around and face us with something. The Nimlothian Honor Guard could solo defend against us for a while. That sounds like it's the last of... That's the last of Lothlorien. I was going to say that is the last of Angmar, but no, that was the last of Lothlorien. That's the way I tend to defend that side of the battlefield. I just tend to, like, stick with it really hard and just... You know, yeah, just go all out with that little defensive area there. But fantastic. This is exactly what I feel you should be doing with the Inquisitors. Because this is just a nice open area. There's no spears there. And, oh god, yeah, like, that'll be scary. He could give a good charge. Oh no, he... Did that work? No, I see, because he stopped and pivoted and then he came back. Had he gone straight for it, I think that would have been absolute brutality. I actually tried to reload and fire into him, actually. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm getting minced. I need support. Troll Slayers there getting set up ready to pour their jabs into them. I think I maybe had them on guard mode. Should have. Or... Nope, didn't. That's okay. With their axes, they'll be able to mince that. And I think we just surround them. That's what we should do right now. Good, yeah, just get all sides surrounded and swallow them up, and those 8 Inquisitors will be finished. Sharpshooters there. I think I still have my general. I don't think my general died. But where is he? That is the question. I do not know. Good, I thought it was my general going down for a sec. So that is Angmar's general dropped. No, I'm not sure really. Ah, there he is. Yeah, he is the one man left from the Wardens of the North. So I want to be quite careful with him if I can keep him alive. That'd be good. So that was the last Angmar. Well, that was the Angmar general. Over here somewhere? No, I guess he did manage to fall back. Good stuff. Okay, now it is just the final grind. We're coming in from both sides, though. Well, 2 of the 3 sides. Soon the final entrance, too. Trolls of the White Hand stuck in there. Nimlothian Honor Guard will very comfortably deal with them. If we thought Citadel Guard would be a menace for them, then the Nimlothian Honor Guard are going to really hurt them. It was the Olakai, of course, the Citadel Guard were fighting, but the Trolls of the White Hand are on the same tier, really. And yeah, they will get minced all the same. First Legion Pikes. Hey, look, the Guards of Osgiliath are good, but they're not going to beat the First Legion Pikes. And... anything there? Nah. Oh, Sharpshooters, Troll Slayers. Yeah, okay, good. And now I think I'm content going a bit faster now. I think it's... We'll just find a nice position. Usually I like to go sort of this corner. Oh, somewhere maybe. Yeah, that looks good. So yeah, it's always fun to fight alongside, like, as sort of a united Arnor. It'd be great if we were on the other side and we had a Rudour, Arthedain, and Cardolan all coming in from the same area. That'd be great. But no, it was good work alongside Son of Kill and Brimbor. Usually, as I say, I don't really communicate all that much. I kind of just look at what you're doing, react, and just have that be the case. But no, Son and I we were chatting a lot about what was best to do, and I think that was important, because had we come into that just throwing things willy-nilly, we would have exposed a lot of troops to the Emperor of Mankind's fire. You know, there were 2 ways that we could do that. We went for the really grindy way of just absorbing all of those shots, like every single arrow that the Emperor of Mankind had, or it is the explosive blast. And because I hadn't brought spearmen, we had to go for that slow grind. Had I taken some spears, then it could have been different. We could have come in a bit harder and sort of burst through. Then that could have been nice. But no, I like doing that. It was a good test to sort of see how that went, and obviously, it went okay. We'll zoom through my kills first, and then I'll have a chat again. Wardens of the North there, yeah, generally targeting, of course, the Watchers of the Golden Wood, so that's why their kills were not super duper high. Troll Slayers, chuffed a bits, they're a good unit. Desperate Knights of Illuminus, can't really ask for too much more than that when you're fighting elves. Pikes provided a lot of rigidity, but they were also ammo sponges, so yeah, fair play. Peacekeepers there, actually, Numinous Gateguard there too. Yeah, some great quality units going toe-to-toe with the Numinous Gateguard though, so that's why. Peacekeepers, only really 40 from both. That's quite surprising, but again, it's not a bad kill-death ratio for when you're fighting Lothlorien. It's always tough to work that out, but I would have wanted a little bit better than that in all honesty. Then my men-at-arms, overall, okay, like, if I was getting 60 with them, how many cheaper say that was 5 units of them, all armor upgraded, all pretty good. Casualties healed, 104 of these guys got their casualties healed, so they were shot to pieces, you could presume. But yeah, no, it's okay. Like 50 kills is fine with them. Men-at-arms there, marksmen there, not too bad, and yeah, some good kills from the archers. But the archers were killing, the Evenham archers were of course striking at the March Wardens. So that's why a much lighter unit. Yeah, Derek, I'll probably just talk about the whole side and generally what went down there. So Truffle Historian was a very new player. And I usually do think that like new players shouldn't go on defense, but it was, I don't think any of us wanted to go on defense, so he jumped in and we're very grateful for that. I think it didn't go terribly. A bit too aggressive at the start, of course, but like he pulled back and he did sort himself out after that, and it went okay. Like we saw with that massive rout that was caused, they managed to catch, I mean, sure, his kills don't look so great, but like he got almost like 500 prisoners. That's exceptional. So that's some good stuff that he was able to sort of help cause that rout. Of course, Isengard had a big part of that with his fire arrows and his trebuchet. But just those, the barrow wights there too, just being a menace and being frightening was awesome. And as I say, you've kind of got to sacrifice that opening area just so that the enemy can't shoot at you as well. That's all it is. You've just got to hold back and let them come in, which is never fun to sacrifice ground, but you just have to do it. But the boys really, they took that massive punch in the teeth with the rout, but they reorganized. Czech Norse's kind of like higher quality troops in the form of course the dwarves were able to keep the fight going. So even with that massive rout, it didn't stop the fight. They didn't have to totally system reset. They could just pick up where they sort of left off and get some more troops in, and it was good that they didn't just sort of give up there, because you could definitely see the desire to do that. As for the defenders as a whole, yeah, the Emperor of Mankind had us locked in there for ages, and I think it was just a case of, he knew that it was inevitable, that like he was going to run out of ammunition, and no matter, like, he used his ammo so well, but no matter how well he used his ammo, he was always going to get pushed through. Like he was never going to be able to kill every one of us. Not when it's myself, who is a relatively experienced player, and Sun, who's been around for quite a while too. Like, we're not going to make enough mistakes for you to brutalize us with your archers. Like, we goofed up, definitely, in that attack. There were a lot of goof-ups. But, he was never going to kill us all. So he knew that, and he was prepared for that. But I think he did really damn well, because he was supported by a few of Isengard's Gondorian infantry. I think like 2 units off them. But it was generally a 2v1, and I think he did a damn good job over there with that sort of 2v1. And but yeah, and I think the boys over on the other side did the best they could, with that kind of on the back foot with the early sort of aggression from Angmar, but sorted it out. Apart from that, we only really caught the tail end of it, but there was a bit of maybe a Witcher misuse, but not too bad, like, but just firing off a few shots with the Witchers when they maybe shouldn't have, and but it went okay, you know, like it was still pretty damn close. I think we ended up with like what, 85%, which yeah, for that that's solid. Like when you've got a full team of experienced players versus like a team with I've seen Isengard actually with like new guys, so yeah, it's and the Emperor of Mankind's been around a while too, of course. But anyway, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you later.